The red camera light turned on. Millions were watching. My publicist was texting in all caps. The host leaned forward with that "this is about to trend" smile. And I said it. I'm gay. Not in a whisper. Not in a dramatic, tearful breakdown. Just calm. Direct, done. And somewhere in the city, the man I've loved for 7 years probably just dropped his coffee. If you're new here, hi, welcome to Chaos. Before we continue, like and subscribe because apparently my life is now a live reality show and you deserve front row seats. Okay? Good. Now back to the implosion. The audience gasped. Not the dramatic soap opera gasp, more like the "oh, this is happening" gasp. The host blinked twice. My PR manager in the front row stopped breathing. And my phone? Buzzing so hard it sounded like it was auditioning to be a lawnmower. Here's the thing. I'm Rowan Callahan, former college quarterback turned national sports analyst, America's golden boy. The straight, charming, all-American brand. Except that part was never fully accurate. And the man I love? His name is Ellis Mercer. He is not an influencer. He is not a celebrity. He does not care about trending hashtags. He builds custom motorcycles in a quiet warehouse and thinks oat milk is a personality trait. He likes privacy. A lot. We agreed years ago I'd handle the spotlight. He'd stay out of it. Clean, separate, safe. Except I just detonated that agreement on live television. When the interview ended, my agent grabbed my arm like I'd just confessed to tax fraud. "Rowan," she whispered, "do you realize what you just did?" Honestly, yes. And also, no. Within 30 minutes, hashtags were everywhere. Hashtag Rowan Speaks, hashtag Brave or Brand Suicide. One sports network called me courageous. Another called it strategically timed. Oh yes, because apparently I schedule identity crises between commercial breaks. I texted Ellis. "You saw?" 3 dots appeared instantly, then disappeared, then appeared again, which in relationship language translates to, "I am emotionally recalculating." He finally replied, "We need to talk." Not, "I'm proud of you." Not, "I support you." Just the 4 most terrifying words in the English language. By the time I got home, there were already paparazzi outside my building, because apparently coming out makes you public property. One guy actually shouted, "Where's the boyfriend?" "Sir? I don't even know if I still have one." Ellis was sitting on the couch. Calm. Too calm. Which is worse than yelling. Yelling means emotion. Calm means someone is building a legal case in their head. "I didn't agree to be part of this," he said. Not angry, just firm. And that hurt more than if he'd thrown a pillow at my face. Which, by the way, he has done before. Long story. "I didn't out you," I said quickly. "I didn't say your name." Which technically was true. I just announced to the entire country that I have a long-term partner. Who do you think they're going to hunt for? Santa Claus? He stood up. "You made a choice for your career. I didn't get a vote." And there it was. Not about love, not about shame, about control. I wish I could say I handled that maturely. I did not. I said, "So I'm supposed to hide forever?" Which objectively was not what he said, but emotionally, that's what I heard. We didn't break up, but we didn't resolve it either. We just stood there. 2 grown men, both right, both stubborn, both terrified for completely different reasons. The next morning, my endorsement manager called. "Brands are asking if you're planning a couples reveal." A couples reveal? Like we're launching a smartphone. "Can he appear at the charity gala next month?" she continued. "Yes." Let me just casually drag my extremely private boyfriend onto a red carpet with 200 cameras. What could possibly go wrong? Meanwhile, investigative Twitter had already located Ellis's workshop. Someone posted a blurry photo of him buying coffee. The caption read, "Is this Rowan's mystery man?" He was wearing oil-stained jeans. Mystery solved, I guess. Ellis called me from the shop. "They're outside." Not yelling, not panicking, just stating a fact. And suddenly this wasn't about brand alignment anymore. This was about safety. And that's when I realized something terrifying. Coming out wasn't the hard part. Protecting the person I love from what came after, that was the real fight. And I had no idea if I was winning or if I was about to lose everything. By noon, 3 sponsors had requested clarification calls. Clarification, that corporate word that really means, are you about to cost us money? One energy drink brand even asked if my announcement was part of a campaign arc. Yes, Chad, my identity is a marketing arc. My agent Marlene laid it out bluntly. If you present this confidently, you become a trailblazer. If it looks messy, you become controversy. Apparently there is no middle ground, just hero or headline disaster. Then we control the narrative, I said, which is something confident people say right before things spiral. Control the narrative meant one thing: visibility, interviews, panels, thought pieces, smiling confidently like I didn't cry into my kitchen sink at 2 a.m. the night before. Ellis, meanwhile, turned his phone off. Completely. Which is impressive because I once saw him Google motorcycle parts for 4 hours straight. The man loves the internet, just not when it loves him back. When I got home that evening, he was packing a duffel bag. Not dramatically, not angrily, just efficiently, and nothing is scarier than efficient packing. I'm staying at my brother's place for a few days, he said. Casual, like he was going to the grocery store. My stomach dropped so fast I think it reached the building's foundation. This isn't about us, he added, which is exactly what someone says when it is absolutely about us. It's about my life becoming searchable, he said. I didn't choose that. And suddenly I understood something ugly. I chose authenticity. He inherited exposure. We didn't yell. We didn't slam doors. We just stood there, trying not to turn love into a debate stage, which, ironically, is my entire career. The next day, a major sports network invited me back for a follow-up segment. The producer hinted at something powerful. I asked what that meant. He said, maybe bring your partner? I laughed. He didn't. Meanwhile, a gossip blog published an article titled, "Mystery Man Refuses to Stand Beside Rowan." Refuses. Like Ellis signed a contract and then ghosted a premiere. I called Ellis. They're painting you like you're ashamed of me. Silence. Then he said, I'm not ashamed. I just don't perform my life. That line hit harder than any headline. Visibility matters, I argued. To kids watching, to people who need representation. Which was true, but if I'm honest, it also mattered to my legacy. And legacy is just ego wearing a tuxedo. Ellis replied quietly, and privacy matters to people who don't want their parents getting harassed. That one shut me up immediately. That night, I scrolled through comments. Thousands of supportive messages. Thousands of cruel ones, too. It's amazing how strangers can debate your humanity like it's fantasy football stats. My ratings for the week? Up 18%. Which is incredible, inspiring, and deeply uncomfortable. Marlene called again. This is momentum. We lean in. Lean in. I wondered if leaning in meant leaning away from the man I love. Then came the formal offer. A primetime documentary special. My journey. My truth. Exclusive access. And yes, they wanted Ellis on camera. The money was ridiculous. The kind of money that makes you reconsider every principle you've ever had. The kind of money that could fund 3 motorcycle shops and a quiet island. I drove to Ellis's brother's house. Not to pitch it, not to pressure him. Just to see his face and remember what this is actually about. Because fame is loud, but love? Love is quiet. When he opened the door, he looked tired. Not of me, of the noise. And standing there, holding an opportunity that could redefine my career, I realized the real question wasn't, will he go public? It was, what am I willing to sacrifice to make him? Ellis stepped aside and let me in. No sarcasm, no cold shoulder, just tired eyes and folded arms. You didn't drive all the way here to admire my brother's wallpaper, he said. Fair point. The wallpaper was aggressively floral. I told him about the documentary, about the money, about the reach, about the chance to control the narrative. I said it carefully, like I was presenting evidence in court. Ellis didn't interrupt. He just listened, which somehow made me more nervous than if he'd argued. When I finished, he leaned back and said, "So your career explodes in a good way, and my face explodes across the internet." That was the most accurate summary of the situation I'd heard all week. "I'm not asking you to perform," I said. "I'm asking you to stand beside me." It sounded noble. It felt complicated. Ellis stood up and walked to the window. "Rowan, I love you, but I don't want to be brave for strangers." That line knocked the air out of me. Because here's the truth nobody tweets about. Visibility is powerful, but it's also expensive. And not everyone budgets for that cost. I don't need to be hidden, he continued, but I need boundaries. Not secrecy, boundaries. There's a difference, and I hadn't respected it. What does that look like? I asked. And for the first time since this whole mess started, we were negotiating instead of defending. No full interviews, no family details, no filming in personal spaces, and no surprise reveals. He paused. If I ever appear, it's because I choose to, not because it trends. It wasn't a no, it was a framework, and frameworks build things that last. I realized something uncomfortable. I had confused public courage with personal entitlement. Just because I was ready didn't mean he owed the world access. So I turned down the documentary. Yes, the big one. The dramatic music, slow motion montage, tearful close-ups special, gone. Marlene nearly fainted. Do you understand what you're walking away from? She asked. I did. Money, momentum, headlines. What she didn't see was what I was walking toward. Stability, respect, a relationship not built on audience applause. Instead of the documentary, I requested one final live segment. Solo. No partner reveal, no spectacle, just clarity. On air, I said, coming out was my decision. Sharing details about my relationship is not. The studio went silent. Respectful silent. I won't monetize my private life, I continued, which, ironically, probably increased my value more than any exclusive ever could. Then I added, visibility doesn't require invasion. That one trended, for the right reasons. The network didn't fight me. Sponsors didn't drop me. In fact, a few quietly said they respected the stance. Turns out, integrity markets well. Ellis didn't suddenly love cameras. He didn't start posing on red carpets, but he stopped packing duffel bags. Sometimes he attends events, low-key, off to the side. No interviews, just presence, and honestly, that's more powerful than a headline. The gossip blogs eventually got bored, because drama requires chaos, and we chose structure. I still get asked about him. I still smile and say, he values privacy. And for once, that answer feels strong, not evasive. Coming out changed my career, but learning boundaries saved my relationship. And surprisingly, it strengthened my reputation too. Turns out the real power move wasn't going public. It was choosing what stays private. And if you've ever had to protect something you love from the noise of the world, you already understand. If this story meant something to you, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who believes love deserves respect, not spectacle.